Are you happy? You're happy? I'm in Best Buy right now. I'm trying to find a filter for my camera that I left at home. And yeah, no luck. Not at all. Okay, I'm finally back home, which means we can finally talk about what I wanted to talk about throughout this video that I technically didn't, because I was looking for a filter for this camera, this lens. Yeah, let's talk about it. So, one of the things that I have seen, not really a lot lately, but I saw like a spike, I guess, on my Instagram, was a lot of people, like, I guess, a resurgence of retro tech. Now, specifically, PSPs, PS Vitas, DSs, and other gaming consoles, and like iPods too, but mostly gaming consoles. And I feel like that's actually a great idea, mostly because of customization, but also because of privacy. Okay, now I know that technically I am probably not the best person to go to for privacy. I don't have a degree in cybersecurity. I don't have anything to do with it officially, but I do, in fact, like my privacy, and I do, in fact, try to study it on my own time, and I have considered going into cybersecurity, hence, like, some of the things I want to do. But this is going to be the start, ideally, of what I am going to eventually do. Now, first of all, we're going to go ahead and talk about the iPods, because honestly, iPods are, from what I've seen and what I've tried to do, kind of difficult to try and mod and stuff, but a great example of this actually working. Now, this one currently is dead because it has a battery issue, but that's also like one of the main things where you can actually upgrade the batteries and the charging ports and the data ports, which is awesome, to Type-C. And basically, it's more so modernizing and going back to retro tech, which is a part of modding, which is just modifications. I feel like you didn't need that explanation, but in case you did, I guess I dumbed it down enough. Modding iPods was like one of the first things I saw whenever I looked at this or looked into it officially. And honestly, I feel like that's actually a great idea, mostly because we have streaming services. Now, the free ones and the paid ones both suck, because if it's free, then it's like horribly interrupted with ads at the worst part of the song sometimes, and even if it's not at the worst part of the song, it's worst part of the album, or they're just selling your data, or it's being mined by AI, or you're basically going the subscription route, which is the same thing, but you're paying for it, which is scummy. But of course, music ownership does not only apply to digital music. As you saw in the beginning of this video, we do still have vinyl. And honestly, I have been enjoying going back to vinyls, even though that wasn't something I grew up with, but it is definitely something that I'd like to get into a lot more. Now, if you did want to go the digital side, of course, we still have things like CDs, which are honestly better in my opinion, because you have both the physical copy and the digital copy, which is of course just moving it to a different device, or like just keeping it on your PC, or just, you know, using it off the disc alone, which is perfectly fine. But because of the, I guess, digital versions, you also have what I'm moving into next, PSP modding, which is honestly the most unique of all of them in my opinion, because I saw someone use the DVD bay as like a speaker upgrade, which honestly, if I didn't have so many DVDs already, I would try to do, but I'm genuinely attached to just trying to find whatever movies I can for this thing. For me specifically, I have turned my PSP into an MP3 player because it is debatably easier to mod. In my opinion, it is easier to mod than the iPod, mostly because the iPod Classic is the best one, and it's also one of the more expensive ones to get if you didn't already have it, because it is so easy to mod. But I have a PSP, which I've had since childhood, and a PS Vita that I bought because the one I've had since childhood broke. Admittedly, my fault, but still relevance, because I use the PS Vita for gaming and the PSP for music and movies. I would say videos, but I can't upload videos to it, and that is honestly just like extremely difficult. But that brings me to my last thing, the DSs. Now, these two are in fact my DSs. The DS original and the DSi XL Mario version. Honestly, these two are just like the original. It's bad, but like sentiment, and the Mario version. Well, I mean, it's the latest DS. It's the latest Nintendo console I have, because honestly, Nintendo, what the are you doing? All this being said, because I feel like these are great ways of reclaiming your digital privacy, ownership, and advocacy. I feel like these are great ways to reclaim your digital privacy and ownership, because these devices do not just send data randomly to whoever they want, mostly the parent companies, but they also let you own what you buy. Because I could take these devices apart and completely do whatever I want with them, because who's going to stop me? There is no hardware. There is no Nintendo Switch. You tamper, it's locked out. Nintendo can't brick these devices, is the main thing. And they are honestly so old to where they are perfect, because they don't actually have any space really for personal data. And overall, these devices are so old that they don't actually have any tracking, but they're also so good to where they still hold, like, they are still competitive to, say, using a streaming service. Now, if this does seem like something that you are, in fact, interested in, I definitely do suggest it. But warning, technically speaking, modding is a gray area and emulation is illegal depending on where you are, mostly because there was Europe's like stop killing games. I don't remember if that actually went through or if it like didn't. That's the part where I'm actually confused about, because I have not checked that. But check your local laws about emulation, because there is a thing about data preservation and data piracy. And yeah, just please research. Have a nice day. I'll see you tomorrow.